Well, folks, now that the writer's strike has come to an end, the late-night talk shows are back in action, and nobody was ready to get back to work more than Jimmy Kimmel, because as he explained it Monday evening, he's got a whole lot of catching up to do with regard to Donald Trump. In fact, he began his monologue Monday night by reading a text from a staffer's mother, and the mother said, "Please don't make the whole monologue about Trump." Kimmel addressed that text saying, "That's a no can do. I'm backed up like you cannot believe, and he's taunting us. He was here in California over the weekend for a fundraiser." And then, of course, Jimmy Kimmel played a clip. The clip that's gone viral, of course, of Donald Trump talking about the low-flow showers in California and how everybody in Beverly Hills stinks because they can't take proper showers. And Kimmel responded to that by saying, "That ridiculous man had the nuclear codes for 4 years. Wait until he finds out about the showers in prison." And he continues because he talks about the part where Donald Trump says we should dampen the forests to just stop the forest fires. Like, there's so much rain in other parts of California, let's just divert the water down there to where the forests are damp. And Jimmy Kimmel said, "Supporters from all around the Southland paid $600 a pop for bright new ideas like this. He is so right. Why didn't we think of dampening the forest? That should be his slogan for 2024. DTF, dampen the forest." Obviously a play on what DTF usually stands for. And if you don't know, don't look it up. But anyway, I love how Kimmel points out all this crazy stuff that Donald Trump is saying, right? And this man had the nuclear codes for 4 years. At any point during those 4 years, Donald Trump could have ordered a nuclear strike and no one could have stopped him. That is a power that resides with the President of the United States alone. That's how terrifying this is. And I'm glad that Jimmy Kimmel is back in action and able to remind everybody how dangerous and mentally incompetent Donald Trump is. Because like I always say, Kimmel is speaking to an audience that's there to be entertained. They're not there to learn about politics. And a lot of these people in their day-to-day lives typically do not get into politics. They don't read political news. They just go about their lives. So Kimmel being gone from the air for what, 5 months, I think it was? What happened in that 5 months, folks? Donald Trump's poll numbers went way, way, way up, right? I'm not saying it's because Jimmy Kimmel was not on the air to remind people, but technically I can't prove that it's not because of Jimmy Kimmel not reminding people how bad Trump is. But there could be a correlation there, is all I'm saying. But Kimmel, of course, continued. Trump is now facing 91 felony counts. 91 felony counts! It's like all of Melania's birthday wishes came true at once. Every time something Trump happened in the news, I would get texts asking me if I was bummed we didn't have a show that night, and mostly I was fine. But the one that really got me was when they booked Trump in Georgia, and he self-reported his weight at 215 pounds. I almost crossed the picket line for that. If I were the judge in the case he has going on in New York right now, I'd start the trial by saying, "Look, we're going to get to the fraud thing, but first, hop up on this scale, big fella. If he's 215 pounds, that means he is 30 pounds lighter than his last physical. When he was president, he was 245 pounds, which means he is either lying or the colonel is now frying his chicken in Ozempic." He then, of course, went on to hit Donald Trump for trying to fundraise off of his trial, saying, and he made a t-shirt out of it to sell his fans. Now this, to me, is classic Trump. He is selling a Never Surrender shirt with a picture of him in the act of surrendering on it. Also true. It's good to have people like Jimmy Kimmel back out there. It's good to have the public that doesn't regularly consume political news being reminded of all these things that they may not be constantly reminded about, because the public needs to hear these things. So it's good to have these voices back. I'm glad that the writers were able to get what they wanted from this. And hopefully Kimmel continues to go out there and beat the hell out of Trump every night, because that's what needs to happen. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low, low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.